Chris, you came to this team knowing that you're going to be playing with some veterans, but how important have the other guys been for this team, whether it's Wiggs or BP or Trace, just the younger guys? How important have they been for you guys as you guys make this run?
Really important. I mean, everybody with the season that we didn't have with all the injuries and it's really been by committee every night.
That's 5 straight, pretty good overall defensive games from you guys. What are you seeing on that end, just overall, that has kind of changed what you guys have been doing?
Probably a little bit more aware and understanding, like our coverages and trying to communicate early. It's funny, all season we sort of we didn't know where to be. Just sometimes guys not there. And I think we starting to understand that, defense is what we got to be able to hang our hat on. The offense, we got some amazing shooters and scorers or whatnot, but if we defend, it opens everything else up.
Steve has been pretty upfront that he's been checking the standings pretty much every day down this stretch. Do you do the same, or are you more, we got to worry about what we're doing and just make sure that we're playing the best basketball?
I just try to, once upon a time probably, but now I just try to worry about what we're doing. It's the only thing you can control. Ain't nothing gonna happen in the standings unless you win. Only bad things gonna happen when you lose.
You talked about the younger players. How much of a rapport do you feel on the court with BP and Moody? And it seemed like late third quarter, you guys really kind of flipped the game, and it wasn't one guy taking over. It was all of you playing together really well.
Yeah, I think that's when we're at our best, when we're sharing the ball and moving it, but it still goes back to our defense. When we're not taking the ball out the net, we can play at a better pace and just trying to read guys. We play so many different lineups on a given night. You're not sure what group you're going to be playing with, so you just you figure it out. But one thing, like I said, got to be a constant is the defense.
Chris, after years of bumping heads with Draymond as an opponent, how is it different being on the other side and seeing the other side of him?
It's easy. It's easy because he's a cerebral player like myself, and Dray thinks the game defensively like me too. He's a great passer and all this stuff, but he does all the little things, setting screens. And this game, man, it's actually a simple game if you pay attention to it. It ain't always about the speed and the thrust. It's about angles. It's about the reads. And he one of the best I've seen my whole career. And I appreciate playing with somebody that sees the game like I do.
Do you ever worry about, his temper getting away and causing him to miss games or anything like that?
Nope, not at all. And I don't know if you've seen it, but shout out to Dray's podcast. But we talked about it on there, and that I play with the same passion that he does. So when he talks or yells or anything like that, I'm listening to what he's saying and not how he's saying it. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do in all types of situations. So I can appreciate his passion. If he wasn't like that, that means he wouldn't care. So I know how bad he wants to win, and I can have those conversations with him.
Chris, how much do you live for these high-level games? Obviously, you've been around, you played 1,000 games or whatever, but when you're on the court and you're facing Kyrie and Luke and those guys, how much do you live for those moments playing against guys that are stars in this league?
That's why you do it. I wouldn't be out here 19 years if I didn't love to do this and think that I was more than capable of doing it. I go spend time with my kids and my family. You know what I mean? It's a lot of years of this, and that's why you do it. You're in these situations over and over again, and you keep trying to, get to the top.
You were aggressive with the jumper tonight. When do you decide on this team when it is time to really look for your own jumper?
I don't know. I just sort of play. Seriously, you just figure it out on what night it's going to be this or that. I'm literally out there just trying to help figure out how we can win.
What told you tonight? Was it just their defensive coverage or personal?
Yeah, defensive coverage, 2-for-1 situations.
You talk about understanding Draymond's passion. There was that timeout early in the game when I guess he wanted Trace or Pajemski a couple passes where he didn't get them on, and he definitely looked upset. I saw you kind of talk to him, not asking you what you said, but is that a moment that you can understand maybe better? You can feel what he's feeling, and you can talk to him a little bit?
No question. No question. And I tell you, I mean, you pay attention long enough, and there's guys where plays happen and don't nobody say nothing, then they just go home and, I mean, show me somebody that's okay with losing, and that I'll show you a loser. You know what I mean? So Dray's passion is why they done won championships and stuff around here. So I respect it. I ain't like it when I was on the other team. You know what I mean? But I definitely have obviously gotten to know him a lot better, and I appreciate him. And that passion is why those blocks and those plays happen at the end of the game. So, if you
Are
hate
you
him,
trying to calm him down at all, or you're just talking to him in a moment like that?
it's both. But I understand it because people that had to do the same to me. You know what I mean? But it's like his will to win. It's a passion, man. So obviously, it's always people who's gonna say, "Oh, he needs to do this, he needs to do that." But I appreciate him for who he is.
You haven't played a ton of minutes this season, obviously coming off the bench. You missed some games. Do you feel like there's a gear in you late in the season? Do you feel like your legs are there and strong?
I will hope so. Yeah.
Do you feel it? Like
What?
Like you got strong legs. Like this is like not a late season Chris Paul. This is a.
And I don't know. I'm here. I'm here, ready to play when it's called on. You know what I mean? I don't think I read. Yeah, I don't know.
Just having such a big impact tonight in only 20 minutes. How different is it, playing in shorter bursts, knowing you might not have as much time as you once did to kind of feel the game and find a rhythm?
Just try to be effective in the time that I'm out there. That's your mindset.
Cool, thank you. I've got more to
Andrew, just how important has it been for the past few games for you to be aggressive, especially without Jonathan?
I mean, it's been important, just trying to, help and do my part, especially, JK's out the lineup, and, he's a huge part of what we do, so everybody has to pick it up because JK is a force when he's in the game.
How much better do you feel like your rhythm offensively is now compared to where it was earlier in the year?
I feel a lot better than before, for sure. I feel like I'm in a pretty good rhythm offensively and, defensively. And, I feel like our team is playing great basketball right now. So
Beyond JK not being there, how much more of a responsibility do you feel when Steph's obviously not shooting the way he normally does? I mean, you obviously filled that void tonight.
I mean, yeah, every game is different. And, Steph has a lot, on his shoulders, what he does is, amazing every night. But that's the thing about Steph, even when, if he's not scoring the ball a lot or, shots aren't going in, he's still the most dangerous person on the court and attracts so much attention, and he can miss 100 shots. You still got to play him and put two people on him because he's that good and that dangerous. So I just do my part and do what I can do.
I was just watching the replay of the Draymond block on Gafford. What was your vantage point on that play?
Man, Draymond's special, very special. Defensive mastermind. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. He's got everyone's back. That's what gives everyone else, the advantage to just play freely, defensively, because you have Draymond behind you. He's going to pick up any slack or anything that happens.
From a distance, it felt like tonight's game had more intensity than normal, which would make sense given what's at stake. Mm-hmm. Does it feel like that to you the last week or so, and now going forward in the playoff push?
For sure, for sure. You know, we're fighting for our lives right now. You know, we're fighting to stay alive, to put ourselves in position to, you know, have the chance to do something special.
You know, when you see the Mavericks, you're going to see Luka. You know that, right? So how important is it, though, as part of your plan to try and make him work on the other end? Because obviously that's when you can maybe take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Luka's Luka. You know, I thought I played pretty good defense. Still had 30-point triple-double, you know. But, you know, my job is to make it hard on him and do what I can to kind of disrupt him a little bit. On the other side, just attack and be aggressive.
17 below what he had last game.
Oh, there you go.
You know, for many years, the Warriors, you know, you were going to get 50 or 60 from Steph and Clay combined almost every night. You don't see it as much now because they're getting on a little bit, and you guys are being more of a part of the offense. How important is that formula? That, you know, guys like you and BP and Moses and JK when he's available, that you guys are able, you know, to kind of give those guys a little bit of a hand.
I mean, yeah, it's important. You know, every game is different, you know, especially this time of the year. You know, it's been a long year. So, you know, the younger guys definitely had to step up, and, you know, even, you know, Moses, JK, BP, Trace, they done a hell of a job, you know. I've done all right.
The past week or so is probably the best stretch of defense this team has played. What has been different that you guys are doing in the past 4 or 5 games?
We're just locking in. You know, that's what it comes down to. You know, guarding your man and having each other's back. You know, we're trusting each other defensively and having a tight shell.
Cool, thank you. We'll have Dray on here.
Thanks.